as the class of 2026 enters the sanctuary. Please be seated. Good afternoon. I am Dr. Yvette Sanders, principal of Minor High School. I would like to welcome everyone to the 103rd Minor High School graduation ceremony. We are so happy to see so many in attendance to help our students celebrate this milestone in their lives. We are also delighted to have members of our faculty and feeder pattern present and want to say thank you to all faculty and students who helped with preparation for today. We would like to extend a special thank you to lead pastor Michael Moore and the Faith Chapel family for allowing us to utilize their beautiful, spacious facilities. We are very appreciative. As a reminder, the ceremony is being live streamed for those who could not be in attendance. Thank you, Life Touch Photography, who is present today capturing the momentous occasion. With that being said, please remain seated during the ceremony as Life Touch will be taking pictures as the students receive their diplomas. And finally today, we did get the QR code to work, so if you have anyone who has the QR code, it should work at this point. Thank you.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the Superintendent, Dr. G, and Jefferson County Schools Principal, Dr. Sanders, and the Minor High School faculty and staff, and the amazing class of 2026, we welcome you all to our commencement exercises. Bienvenidos a nuestra ceremonia de graduación. It is a great honor to welcome you on such a special and meaningful afternoon. I want to start off by congratulating all the seniors who have made it to this incredible day. Today we come together to celebrate the journey and mark the end of an unforgettable chapter, but also turn the page to the beginning of the next new chapter. I want to start off by thanking all the families, friends, lunch staff, coaches, faculty members, and Dr. Sanders. Thank you so much for standing by us and sharing this very special day with us. Your support, your words of encouragement, and your love has been an instrumental part of our success. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Our time at Minor High School has come to an end, but today is not just a closing. It is the beginning of new opportunities, new dreams, and new journeys. Again, we welcome you all to this joyous occasion, and we are excited that you have decided to share this day with us. Congratulations, class of 2026. The future is waiting, and I know we are ready and prepared for it because we are the standard. Thank you.
Good afternoon, special guests, administration, staff, families, friends, students, and of course, the incredible class of 2026 from Minor High School. I bring you greetings from Jefferson County Board of Education. Graduates, you've shown what it truly means to live the Minor way, working hard and staying the course despite the challenges that you have faced along the way. And today, you've proven the slogan true, one minor, but major possibilities. You're stepping into a future full of opportunities, and you're more than ready for each and every one of them. So congratulations, Minor High School class of 26. Go out there and show the world what the Minor way looks like. Go Tigers!
Good afternoon, everyone. Today, I have the honor of sharing my journey at the home of the Tenacious Tigers, the Parkway Minor High School. To our faculty, family, friends, and most importantly, the class of 2026, can we please give a round of applause of the hardworking class and deserving class of 2026. That applause means the world to us. It represents our resilience, our growth, and every obstacle we push through to be here today. Before I continue, I want to thank Jesus Christ for being my strength, my motivation, and my source of peace through some of my toughest battles. As we stand here in the house of the Lord, I want to thank Him for everything that He has done for me. As I go on, I want everyone listening to know that this speech is not just for the class of 2026. It is for every person in this room. No matter your age, your position, or where you are in life, I hope you take something meaningful from my words today. We all face struggles. We all experience doubt. But every single one of us still has purpose, potential, and greatness inside of us. As I reflect on these past 4 years, I realize just how much we have grown, not just as students, but as people. Time is something we always thought we had plenty of, but somehow it moved faster than we ever expected. The moments we once rushed through are now the moments we wish we could relive one more time. It feels just like yesterday we were entering middle school and then boom, COVID hit. We transitioned to online classes, fell asleep during WebEx with our cameras off, and watched Walmart go from being 24 hours to closing at 8 o'clock. Then, suddenly, We were walking into high school excited for the first day, ready to see our friends in the hallways, not even realizing how fast time was about to pass us by. And now look at us. Some of us are going to college, some of us are entering the workforce, joining the military, starting businesses, chasing dreams, or still figuring life out, and that is okay. What matters is that we made it to this moment. We survived the pressure, the stress, the doubt, and the fear of not knowing what comes next. High school taught us that no matter what, you have to keep going. My purple or white means more than words can explain. During these years, some of us have faced loss, sickness, heartbreak, anxiety, and challenges we never talked about, but we are still here, and that is what matters. Like riding a bike, we kept going. We fell, we got back up, and we did not quit. Never let anybody make you feel small because of where you come from. Never allow somebody else's limits to become your limits. There will be days when life tests you, days when you feel tired, overlooked, or ready to give up. But I challenge every single person in this room to keep pushing anyway. Keep praying, keep believing in yourself anyway. Because success is not about being perfect. It is about being consistent. It is about getting back up every single time life tries to knock you down. Do not be afraid to walk in rooms you once thought you did not belong in. Apply for that scholarship, start that business, chase the career, speak up for yourself, take the risk. You never know how far one opportunity, one prayer, or one decision can change your life. As I continue, I want to acknowledge some important people who have been a part of my journey. To my parents, thank you for 18 years of unconditional love, guidance, and sacrifice. You poured so much into me, and now I stand here as a reflection of that. To my strong and loving mother, my superwoman, I appreciate you more than words can explain. The older I get, the more I understand a mother's love and how it can never be replicated. I have always wanted to make you proud, and today I can truly say that I have done that and more. I love you, Mommy, and thank you for shaping me into the young woman I am today. To my father, my shoulder to cry on, whether he was calling you to kill a bug in my room or asking about an oil change, you never failed to show up for me. I know you are somewhere in this crowd hiding tears behind your sunglasses, but I love you and I thank you for being the best dad ever. To my siblings, families, and friends, thank y'all for supporting me, showing up for me, and loving me through everything. I would not be who I am without you. To my teachers, coaches, and counselors, thank you for my patience. Thank you for your patience, your time, and your belief in me, even when I did not always see it in myself. You helped shape not only my education, but also my confidence and character. Now, to the world's best counselor, Ms. Threep. Thank you for everything. Your support and encouragement have meant more to me than words can express. You have always reminded me that everything will be okay, even during my hardest moments. You are truly a staple in the Minor family. Everybody needs a Ms. Threep. To Dr. Sanders, thank you for your energy, your belief in me, and your constant support. From the early mornings yelling on the intercom, to the personal phone calls reminding me how proud you were and how much I had, in your words, set the standard. You showed me what true leadership looks like. And not many students can say their principal supported them the way you supported me in my class. To Mr. Clark and Mr. Green, thank you for trusting me, supporting me, and encouraging me even during difficult times. Your impact will never go unnoticed. And finally, to my class, 4 years later, we made it. Through every high and every low, we are still standing. If you take anything from this speech, let it be this: go be great. Find the best version of yourself and blossom in every room you walk into. Never settle for less than what you deserve. Be kind, stay humble, dream big, and remember that your story does not end here. This is only the beginning. We are destined for greatness. As I close, I want to recognize someone very special to me. Yesterday was my late grandmother's birthday. As I stand here preparing to begin this new chapter of my life, I honor her by carrying every accomplishment, every lesson, and every dream with me into this new beginning. So, happy birthday, Grandma Didi. Congratulations, class of 2026. I love y'all. God bless, and Jada Coop is out.
When people think about graduation, they usually think about success, memories, or the future ahead. But I think graduation is really about understanding. Understanding potential, understanding time, and understanding the human mind itself. These are the things that continue shaping us long after high school ends. The first thing I have learned is that potential is universal. It is not reserved for the smartest or the most talented person in the room. Every person sitting here today has potential. Most growth does not come from being extraordinary. It comes from consistency, belief, and learning to trust yourself during the hardest of moments. Many of the limits we place on ourselves are not real limits at all, but fears and doubts about what we think we cannot do. High school has a way of revealing that to people. There were moments when many of us doubted ourselves, whether academically, personally, or emotionally. Yet over time, we adapted, we improved, we continued moving forward even when things felt uncertain. Potential is not just about ability. It is also about perseverance. It is about continuing to grow even when progress feels slow. Again and again, people prove themselves stronger and more capable than they once imagined. The second thing graduation teaches us is the value of time. While we are living through a moment, we rarely realize how meaningful it is until it becomes a memory. The stressful days and uncertain moments all shaped us into who we are today. Every challenge taught patience, resilience, and growth. Time does not simply pass, it transforms us. There was a time when graduation felt impossibly far away and when these hallways and routines felt permanent. Yet somehow, without us even noticing, the days continued moving forward until they became distant memories. One day, the hallways we rushed through and the conversations we barely thought about will become moments we wish we could experience one more time. That is why it is important to appreciate the present while we are still living in it, because moments rarely feel significant until they are already behind us. And finally, one of the most important things we carry forward is an understanding of the human mind itself. Human beings are capable of learning endlessly, adapting constantly, and overcoming situations that once seemed impossible. Throughout history, people have turned failure into discovery, uncertainty into progress because they refuse to believe their limitations define them. That same ability exists within every person sitting here today. Too often, we underestimate ourselves before giving ourselves the chance to grow. We convince ourselves that we are not capable, intelligent, or prepared before we have even tried. But the human mind is powerful because it is always capable of change. It learns, adapts, and expands through challenge and experience. When determination is combined with confidence and belief, there is almost no limit to what people can accomplish. I also want to recognize a few teachers who shaped my experience in meaningful ways. Miss Law always brought a bright and welcoming presence into the classroom. Her kindness, positivity, and the way she treated students with genuine care left a lasting impression on many of us. Mr. Chick challenged students to think more critically and hold themselves to higher standards. Even when it was demanding, there was always purpose behind it, and those expectations pushed many of us to grow in discipline and maturity. His intentions were always rooted in preparing students to become more capable and responsible. I also want to thank Mr. Upton. Through my experiences with him, he was always someone who brought humor into conversations while always showing a genuine interest into students' futures and ambitions. The advice he gave me about my future education truly helped shape the direction I wanted to pursue moving forward. And for me personally, Ms. 3 played a major role in helping me adjust after transferring here at the beginning of the school year. She consistently responded to my emails, remained patient through every question I threw her way, and never made asking for help feel like a burden. Her support made a real difference in helping me settle into this school. As we leave today, I think one of the most important things we could remember is how closely time and beauty are connected. The reason moments become beautiful is because they do not last forever. One day, the familiar faces, crowded hallways, and laughter, and even the stressful days that once felt endless will only exist as memories. That is the strange thing about time. We rarely understand the value of a moment until it has already passed. But maybe that is what gives life so much meaning. Life does not need to be perfect to be beautiful. Often, it is the unpredictable and temporary nature of it that gives it its depth and importance. Every experience, even the smallest one, becomes part of the story of who we are becoming. So as we move forward into whatever comes next, I hope we do not rush the past, searching only for what is ahead. Students, one day this moment will exist only as a memory, but the people we become because of it will continue to grow long after today ends. May we move forward with curiosity, resilience, and the courage to become more than we once were. Thank you, and congratulations to the Minor High School class of 2026.
Good afternoon, faculty, staff, family, and most importantly, the class of 2026. First, I want to thank God. God did not bring me this far to leave me, and I'm so grateful to have the Lord's favor on my life. I want to thank my parents for planting the seed in me. I want to thank my mom for always sacrificing to give us what she never had. Your love and support, and guidance has never went unnoticed. Your motherly love is what drives me the most, and the product of their love is what made me who I am now. I want to thank my dad for always making a way to give me what I need, even though I already asked him for something. From the pull-up Pampers to now, I cherish our bond more than you know, and I'll always be Candyman's Reese Coat. I want to thank my family for always being there before I can even ask. I want to thank my teachers, my principals, my counselors, and my coaches for seeing the calling of my life before it can even come to pass. Your support and mentoring will never be forgotten, and I will hold these moments with me forever. And to the class that I started with, I'm still looking at some of the faces I've seen first day of kindergarten. Standing here today feels unreal. The thought of moving on to another chapter is so bittersweet. You guys are all I know. We've seen each other in the chop stage, the braces stage, the ball stage, the corner stage, and even the squeaky boy stage. As embarrassing as those stages were at that time, that's what brought us closer. Like a seed that has been planted, watered, and nurtured properly into a radiant flower. We watch each other grow up, and I'm proud to call you guys family. For years, we counted down to this moment thinking we had so much time, thinking it was so far away. It felt so far away as a kid, I thought cars would be flying by now. But in a blink of an eye, we're here at the finish line of one chapter and at the beginning of another. Each of us sitting here today has a different story, different struggles, different dreams, and different paths ahead. Some of us are going to college. Some are chasing careers. Some of us have enlisted into the military. And some are still figuring it out. And that's okay. What matters is that we made it to this moment. And that means we're capable of so much more than we probably give ourselves credit for. High school gave us something more than just education. It gave us memories. Well, at least when phones was legal in school. But we got the rest in our heads. The laughs in the hallways, the friendships that became family, the long lunch lines for tacos and Hot Wings Day, trying to cheat using AI and ChatGPT to write papers, and the stress of trying to study for our test 5 minutes before, even though we waited till the last minute. Who knew that these moments and memories then would mean so much more now? These are the things we'll carry with us long after today. But now it's time to move forward, and that can be scary. I realize the future doesn't come with instructions. There's no syllabus, no bill schedule, no long tardy line, no Dr. Sanders yelling to be in class top of the morning, and no guaranteed answers. But as some of us found out, there are cameras. So no matter what you do, someone is always watching you. But if these past 4 years have taught us anything, it's that we can figure things out, even when we don't feel ready. As we leave here today, we should remember that success doesn't look the same for everyone. Don't measure your life by someone else's timeline. Run your race, chase what makes you happy, and don't be afraid to change direction if needed. Class of 2026, we are more than just a group of graduates. We are a generation full of potential, resilience, and purpose. We have the power to create, to lead, and to make a difference no matter where life takes us. I'm beyond honored to be a part of this. I'm honored to experience you guys personally, whether it was directly or indirectly. I value that. We've always worked hard, and most importantly, we had a why. So as I close out today, for my peers that know what's next or don't, always remember your why. Who are you doing it for? Why are you doing it? And what are your expected results? Your why goes further than emotions and how you feel at that moment. Your why drives your destiny. Focus on the prize, put your future first, and keep God in the middle of it all. Failure will happen, but always remember failure is also a part of the process. Rejection is protection, and sometimes it's just a not yet. But as tenacious as we are, and as the people called us to be, we will continue to fight, and we will walk towards and not away from what our name is on. So right now, take the memories, take the lessons, and most importantly, take the belief that you are capable of building the life that you want. If you want it, go get it with the strength of your reason why. I pray that we all tune in and reach our promised land. I'm honored to say I experienced my childhood with you guys. I wish everyone the absolute best. And don't forget, since the camera's watching, make sure you give them something worth looking at. I love y'all and thank you.
So first, I would like to introduce our stage guests. First, we have Mr. Walter Curry, who is from the Jefferson County Board of Education, Bishop Jonathan Woods, pastor of Love City Church, Mr. Martin Austin, assistant principal, Mr. Herbert Clark, assistant principal, Ms. Delisha Threet, and Ms. Ariel Brown, who are our counselors, Dr. Delisa Dean, our senior class sponsor and senior teacher, Mrs. Letitia Felton, and Mr. Deshaun Aaron, who are also our SGA sponsors. And today is her son's graduation. We are missing Miss Chapman, but she's here with us in spirit. So before I present the Principal's Award, I would like to recognize the senior class for receiving scholarships in the amount of $48.9 million. Thank you for upholding the standard. That is the Minor Way. The Principal's Award is our most prestigious award. It represents tradition and special distinction and is presented each year at graduation. This award is given to a graduate who exemplifies outstanding character, leadership, and a commitment to excellence both in and out of the classroom. This student consistently goes above and beyond expectations, serves as a positive role model for peers, and embodies the values we strive to instill in all members of our school community. It is my honor to recognize this exceptional graduate with the Principal's Award. This year, the graduate chosen to receive this honor is a student who goes above and beyond both for her biological family and her minor school family. She was often referred to as the school librarian because if we needed to find her and she wasn't in class, she was in the library. I am proud and honored to present this year's Principal Award to Helen Fernandez. At this time, I would like to present Minor High School's Jazz Chorale under the direction of Miss Ingrid Irons Brown. As we prepare for the chorale, please direct your attention to the bottom of your program to distinguish the colors of the cords being worn by the graduates.
As long Good afternoon. Bishop Jonathan L. Woods Sr. is a respected, progressive, and innovative thought leader, widely known for his charismatic delivery, kind spirit, and authentic connection with people from all walks of life. He represents a rare breed of successful leaders who have not lost the common touch. Bishop Woods shares life and ministry with his wife, Nicole Alexandria Looney Woods. Together, they cherish their family, including their children, Jonathan Jr. and Jada, and delight in the joy of their granddaughter, Paisley Jade. As a highly sought-after preacher and inspirational speaker, Bishop Woods has ministered across the country, leaving a lasting impact through his message of faith, love, and transformation. By cultivating a culture rooted in love, his ministry has created a climate for spiritual growth and expansion. In December of 2016, Bishop Woods founded All Nations Church in Fairfield, Alabama, which flourished under his leadership and became known for its strong commitment to community service and outreach, growing to more than 1,200 partners and emerging as the largest church in the city during that season. Most recently, in June of 2025, Bishop Woods founded Love City Church, a thriving multi-general ministry anchored in demonstrating the love of God. Love City Church, located in Birmingham, Alabama, less than 1 mile from Minor High School, exists to cultivate authentic relationships, develop kingdom-minded leaders, and extend God's love beyond the walls of church into the marketplace. Bishop Woods carries a unique passion for equipping and empowering people by cultivating strong character, prioritizing healthy relationships, and promoting marriage and family, each serving as tangible demonstrations of the transformative power of God's love. As a current stakeholder for Minor High School and the Minor community, under his leadership, Love City Church does more than just talk the talk. They have been a consistent instrumental voice of financial support, community inspiration, and spiritual covering and guidance. They walk the walk. And with all of that being said, I introduce to you our keynote speaker for today, none other than Bishop Jonathan L. Woods Sr.
Good afternoon, everybody. Before I get started today, let's give it up for the class of 2026, Minor High. We are so proud of you, and we wish you the best. I want to acknowledge Dr. Sanders today. Thank you for this opportunity to share, and to the faculty and staff, greet you today, and to my lovely wife of 25 years. So glad to have her with me today. Just for a few moments, if you will indulge me, graduates, I want to talk to you about a winner's mindset. I'm pretty sure that as graduates, many of you are filled with excitement, curiosity, and a bit of uncertainty. See, I sat where you're sitting over 25 years ago. I know I don't look like it. And I remember feeling hopeful, doubtful, and somewhat lost. See, for me, I knew that my next step was college, but at 18 years old, I didn't understand that how I approached my next would affect how well I executed in my next. Proper execution always produces great results. And I want to say this to you today, that opportunity that is not met with proper mentality can become a mismanaged moment. I want you to understand that graduation simply means that you're stepping out of an old era into a new era of great opportunities. And how you view yourself in this moment will determine how you show up in the next season. I spent so many years of my life focusing on how people viewed me. And it cost me time, money, and opportunities. See, I was waiting for the world to believe in me. I wanted people to love me. And what I was failing to realize was that what really mattered the most was me believing in me. Will you say this with me? I believe in me. That mattered the most. And see, greatness that is on the inside is what matters more than anything else. It's important that you begin to realize how amazing you are and the fact that you were born a winner. I stand here before you today as a man that really didn't start winning until I started believing in me. I'm not trying to say that I've arrived, because it's still a struggle at times, but however, I've learned over time that winning is a mindset. Before I developed a winning mindset, just a little bit of my story, I became a college dropout. My life hit rock bottom at 19 years old. I was sitting in my apartment with no lights, spoiled food in my refrigerator, no haircut, and no clue. Anybody ever been there other than me? One day I woke up and I said to myself, I deserve better than this. See, no one wins until they can see that they deserve to win. Today, I want to tag a text in Luke chapter 15, because in Luke 15, verse 11 through 32, it talks about this man in scripture that is referred to as the prodigal son. He was a young man that wanted to leave home early. And in those days in Jewish culture, the sons got an inheritance from their father after they passed. But this man, he demanded his inheritance early. He wanted to leave because he did have a winner's mindset, but he was going about it the wrong way. The father gave him his inheritance. The Bible says he went to a far country and he spent all of his substance on careless living. And he found himself working for a man, and he was hungry and he was starving. He had no money. He had no food, and he was feeding the man's pigs. And the Bible says he looked at the food that he was feeding the pigs, and he was getting ready to eat the food. And all of a sudden he woke up. The scripture says he came to himself. And I want to give you 3 things about a winner's mindset that you must remember. And I'm going to extrapolate these things from this story about this prodigal son. The first thing you need to understand about a winner's mindset is that a winner's mindset isn't afraid to fail. Michael Jordan, famous basketball player, said, I failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. Michael Jordan, who is traditionally referred to as the GOAT, states that winning consists of failing. I'm here to tell you right now that in this life, you will have moments of failure. You're going to have moments where you absolutely blow it. See, you're imperfect, so you will make mistakes, but winners know how to handle failure. They know that failure is not a forecast of the future, but it's only a part of their development. If I could be honest with you, I failed more times in my life than I can count. And I know I'm not in here by myself. But here I am today, leading a church of almost 2,000 people, leading leaders around the country, impacting lives for the glory of God, and I get to play a part in your graduation. See, I need you to take this statement with you for the rest of your life, and that statement is, failure is not final. This prodigal son, what I liked about him was he was not afraid of failure. But the second thing I want to uplift today about a winner's mindset is a winner's mindset keeps a healthy self-perspective. In the story of the prodigal son, ladies and gentlemen, his self-perspective was his saving grace. See, the Bible says that he came to himself, meaning that he remembered who he was. In other words, before he went too far by eating the food of the pigs, he was reminded of his identity. And I need to tell you today that if you don't forget who you are, then you will never have to remember who you are. I want to tell you that what we continue to tolerate from ourselves and the people in our lives will always be connected to how we see ourselves. And I want you to look in the mirror today and understand that you are a person of value. You are a person of greatness. You are a person of purpose. And you are not to settle for anything less than the best. You know, winners understand that they deserve the best. And I need to tell somebody this morning, stop sleeping on you. Will you look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, don't sleep on you. And here's something I want you to add to that. And don't let others sleep on you. Don't put your value in the hands of people who are not capable of properly assessing who you are. I don't need your assessment because I already know who I am. Somebody ought to say this, I'm a child of God. That's why I don't let you call me when you want to call me. I don't let you text me when you want to text me. You can't come in and out of my life when you feel like it. I don't take second-class citizen treatment because I know who I am. Even if you make me sit in the nosebleed, I don't need a reserved seat to be somebody of value. I'm somebody. In fact, I'm not in the room. I am the room. So you got to keep your self-perspective up even when life is lifing. Now, the third thing I want to leave you with about a winner's mindset is a winner's mindset knows how to get back on the right track. In the story of the prodigal son, he had a conversation within himself, and in this conversation, he owned where he had gotten wrong. How many of you know sometimes you got to talk to yourself? Yeah, you got to have a conversation with yourself. And see, so many people end up stuck in life because they can't admit when they were wrong. Even if they were caught on camera, they can't admit it. But can I tell you something, that if there is no self-accountability, there will cease to be mobility. See, people who have self-accountability, they will eventually produce prosperity in their lives. And see, none of us can get back on the right track until we're able to acknowledge how we got on the wrong track. That man came to himself and he literally said, go read it when you get home. He said, I sinned against God and I sinned against my dad. I'm going back home and I'm going to tell my daddy, I'm not even worthy to be a son anymore. Make me one of your servants. I just want to come back home. Every now and then you got to talk to yourself and say, I got to get back up and get back in the fight because there's more for me than this in life. Always be able to call yourself out so that you can always move forward. I don't know about you, but I don't like people talking to me any kind of way. So I'll do it before you do it. In closing, I'd like to say that, graduates, you're about to go on a lifelong journey of self-discovery. Each year, you will come into greater revelation of the potential that God has invested within you. You will be challenged, you will be stretched, and even stressed at times. But what will cause you to win is to begin with the idea that you were created to win. Somebody say this, I was created to win. Yeah, you got to learn how to talk to yourself, encourage yourself, and challenge yourself to keep showing up. And whatever you do, don't let the devil convince you that winning is not for you. Can I tell you something? You sitting here today is a sign that you're a winner. You ought to give yourself a hand. I'm getting ready to go to my seat. But you made it through the storm, through the rain, through failed tests, through sickness, through fights, through breakups, through all the things you had to go through to get to this place. But you made it. And let this day be a reminder to you for the rest of your life that you were born to win. And let me tell you this, I'm going to drop the mail off and I'm going out of your way. The ultimate reason why you will win is because you've got God on your side. He created you, and he doesn't create losers. It was God that got you here, and it will be God that carries you to your destiny. And I want to leave these words of the song Winning by my brother, Pastor Mike Jr. And it says, never had a problem that he couldn't solve, mountain that he couldn't move. So I know I cannot lose. Even if he tell me no, I ain't walking out the door. Cause I know in the end, he comes through. God bless you and God keep you, and may heaven smile upon you.
Before the presentation of diplomas, we want to remind everyone to please limit your applause to make sure each student's name is heard and receives the recognition he or she deserves. I said limit. I didn't say no. I said limit. As a reminder, please remain in your seats because Life Touch is up front and they will be taking pictures. Candidates, please come forward to receive your diplomas.
Sarah Jade Beecham. Cameron Canada. Jada Cooper. Brianna Fowler. Brooklyn Gaston. Reagan Jackson. Kowalski Lewis. Darian Martin. Madison McIntosh. Jamari Perryman. Lucas Vines. Reese Wyndham. Javion Adams. Abigail Aguian. Marcus Allen. Naraya Allen. Paul Allen. Sylvester Alvarado Herrera. Caleb Amison. Jaden Anderson. Jamari Armstead. Zachariah Askew. Crystalline Acock. Quentin Baptiste. Marcelo Barcenas Gayton. Jariah Barker. Ebony Belton. Kenneth Benefield. Jacoby Benson. Martell Blevins. Destiny Braxton. Jaikia Braxton. Andreas Braxton Nettles. Devontae Brooks. Jordan Brown. Kinsley Bryant. Cody Aaron Burpo. Carmelo Burrows. Dimarian Cannon. Tadarius Carter. Marco Castaneda Magana. Corday Sistrunk. Maya Clark. Michael Clay. Adriana Clayton. Rihanna Clayton. Janaya Cockrell. Azaria Collier. Jalea Collins. Delasia Cook. Kaylin Cook. Charlie Cooper. Christopher Crawford. Annie Cristobal Juarez. Victoria Cunningham. Layla Curry. Nicholas Danner. Mykeria Davidson. Amari Davis. Ethan Denham. Miguel Dominguez Albaran. Raina Dubon Gayton. Lawrence Dudley. Cameron Dukes. Jalen Eddy. Malcolm Edwards. Quantarius Irby. Daniel Estrada. Alexia Evans. Diamond Evans. Michaela Fan. Colby Ferguson. Courtney Ferguson. Helen Fernandez. Bianca Flippo. Lilith Fluker. Ayana Ford. Jalen Ford Mullins. Harmony Fowler. Elijah Fuller. Stefan Garlington. Kylie Garner. Michaela Giles. Jonathan Gonzalez Hernandez. Ace Graham. Jaden Gray. Eddie Gray. Jalen Gray. Jakayla Greer. Ramaya Griggs. Amarian Gross. Janaya Hall. Emily Harmony. Daniel Harris. Dedrick Harris. Anthony Hayes. Camden Hazelreed. Andreas Hines. Paris Henson. Jeremiah Hinton. Ladarius Hopkins. Jaden Howard. Mikhail Rabowski. Trayvon Hurd. Jalen Ivy. Morgan Jackson. Rakiria Jarman. Kelvin Jefferson. Alexandria Jenkins. Jalea Johnson. Randy Johnson. Ayana Jones. Caitlin Jones. Laderick Jones. Tanaya Jones. Kaden Kelso. Janaya King. Jamari Knox. Ready? Alea Lacey Bell. Everett LaCourse. Sharon Lara Racinos. Ambria Lee. Amaya Lee. Christopher Lee. Gabrielle Lee. Alfred Levine. Sentwali Lewis. Matthew Leva. Tyrell Lewis. Jordan Mack. Adriana Manduano Sanchez. Ariana Manduano Sanchez. Tristan Manning. Christopher Maribel. Irandy Martinez Gomez. David Mason. Maurice May. Isaiah McLean. Michaela McLean. Demarius McCracklin. DeShaylin McCracklin. Jamiriel McDade. Jacory McGrady. Samaria McKinney. Amari McNeil. Terrion Medley. Janaya Mines. Kennedy Minter. Kayla Mixon. Jackson Monroe. John Moore. Sanjay Moorer. Alyssa Morgan. Jade Muhammad. Hannah Murphy. Latessa Murphy. Kamora Netherly. Jaden Oral. Rosalind Peebles. Zuwani Molina. Aiden Peoples. Jaden Peoples. Demetria Pollock. Kennedy Quinn. Nestor Ramirez Garcia. Kristen Raspberry. Casey Red McElroy. Jamari Richardson. Alexis Robinson. Olivia Robinson. Damon Robinson. Jeremiah Robinson. Takaria Robinson. Anthony Rodriguez. Jalea Ross. Kenshari Roy. Brandon Roselle. Fredricus Rush. Philomene St. Just. Justin Sampson. Jamiria Sanders. Amir Shaw. Mahogany Ship. David Simmons. Angelina Sims. Michaela Sims. Jerion Smiley. Amani Smith. Justin Smith. Nakari Smith. Royan Spears. Jada Stanley. Destiny Steele. Sydney Taylor. Layla Taylor. Raymond Taylor. Jacoby Thomas. Jalen Thomas. Sanaya Thomas. Tyler Thomas. Caden Thompson. Annette Tony. Kamora Towns Jones. Michael Trent. Tyreek Trusser. Dalen Turner. Jaden Turner. Michaela Turner. Corian Tyson. Talia Ward. Alana Watkins. DeMichael Watkins. Jaden Weeks. Rodney West. Bianca Watley. Amari White. Ariana White. Dominique White. Trinity White. Layla Williams. Ryan Williams. Taylor Williams. Amari Willis. Deja Wills. Ariana Wyndham. Tristan Woodard. Renaya Woods. And Deja Wright.
Will the members of the Minor High School graduating class of 2026 please stand? In accordance with time-honored tradition, I would like the students of this great class to signify completion of their high school years at Minor High School by moving their tassels from right to left. Ladies and gentlemen, I officially pronounce to you the 2026 graduates of Minor High School. Will everyone please stand and join us as we sing our alma mater? The words are on the back of your program.
Our light shines.
Everyone, please remain standing as the graduates exit the sanctuary.